What is the difference between the demonic crucible and the sentinel crucible? Is there a hidden past about the Maykr angels? What's up everyone, Acid Glow here. I was looking into a few topics that I wanted to expand upon, and the more I kept reading, the more questions that popped up. I'm really interested in the prophecy of the demonic crucible that I was looking back at Doom 2016, and it got me thinking, how can Samuel Hayden activate the Crucible blade, but the Doomslayer cannot? So I have two theories about this, one of them which I mentioned before. The first one is that Samuel already knew more about the demonic crucible than anyone else. The tablet he had in his office showed him the full form of the crucible. Maybe somewhere in that translated information he learned how to activate it. If we look at the Codex information, it expands on this topic. It says this: the Sentinel people, defined by a legacy of war, deem only those of warrior caste be fit to rule. And in the times of battle, it is expected that the king lead from the battlefield rather than from the safety of the throne. As it is written in Sentinel law, a king unfit for battle is likewise unfit to rule. The first step is leading your people into combat in the time of need, and not hiding within the castle walls. A man who proves himself in war would be fit to be a king. Another Codex entry talks about what happened after the Doomslayer was blessed by the Seraphim. It says this: he rose unbroken from the ritual, his eyes burning with Maykr magic. He took the crucible in his hand, and wraith fire leapt forth from the blade, as only it will when held by a true sentinel warrior king. It then continues with this last part: what rose from the holy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abomination the covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known only as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the Warrior Khan, whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic horde with a vengeance that only a God King could summon. So, to sum it up, the Slayer was blessed with divine power by the Seraphim, and because he was seen as a king in combat, he was worthy to wield the Crucible, the only powerful weapon known to slay the Titans from hell. But the Sentinel Crucible was unique, as it says, only the Slayer holds knowledge of this venerated sword, for only he has been known to wield it. The second theory on how Samuel activated the demonic crucible blade is this: it's possible that the demonic crucible only activates for a being with evil intent. Since Samuel is showing actions of good and evil, this might be why he was able to activate it. During the mission on Taras Nabad, Samuel recounts what happened to Argent Danur by saying this: the world of Argent Danur has fallen, divided. The demonic energy flows now to the south, and the society you once knew has been replaced by a corrupted world under Maykr rule. It did not need to end this way. This can be a display of sympathy in some way. When you reach the soul extractor area in Necroval, he says, your people are made to suffer, processed souls for the Conmaker's world. I assure you, this could have been avoided with different leadership. Why is he saying your people and not our people? Part of Samuel's backstory was that he was once a human, but now he's not even considering himself as one of them. Yes, I know he has a new body, but the way he used the words just sounds different. You can also see that he said this could have been avoided with different leadership. There's a possibility that he plans to take control, and by using the Slayer, he just might achieve that goal. Not only that, Samuel does imply that he despises the agreement between Hell and URDAK. He says this machine was not made without Hell's knowledge. A deal was struck with the Dark Lord. In return for access to more worlds for Hell to devour, the Conmaker siphoned energy from the damned. It is an unholy union that cannot stand any longer. Because Doom has a few occurrences when they speak about resurrection or reincarnation, this could apply to Samuel Maykr being Samuel Hayden in some way. There could be numerous ideas on how this happened. For example, maybe time travel, maybe the Seraphim fled to Earth and hid there for a long time, Maybe Samuel found the Seraphim during the excavation of the Helix Stone in Doom 2016. He could have been possessed by the Seraphim's essence or spirit. I'm just saying there are so many ideas. So if Samuel was trying to become the supreme lord that can rule over all realms, he would need the demonic crucible for this, because the prophecy says it will corrupt all realms. No man or demon is safe. Part of his plan was to eliminate the Khan lineage, retrieve the demonic crucible, and defeat the forces of hell. Now this brings up another question. I was thinking about the statues throughout the multiplayer maps in Doom 2016, which also appeared in Doom Eternal. I was looking at their design and another idea came up. They remind me of the elemental wraiths. Is it a coincidence that there's 3 statues, just like there were 3 wraiths? When the power of the wraiths was poisoned by the Hell Priest long ago, that was the last time we saw them until Doom 2016. Is it possible that they were reincarnated as these beings we see now? Let's say for this theory this is true, and these beings are really demons who were wraiths in the past. Is it possible that when Hell and the Makers made their deal, Hell wanted a guarantee that the Khan Maker would fulfill her side of the bargain? Maybe these 3 characters were appointed positions in URDAK and just renamed as Maykr angels, but they are really something else. If you look at their design, they don't look like Maykr drones or the Khan Maker. They are so different. So if this is true, what's the reason? It says in the Codex they oversee worlds controlled by the Khan Maker, maybe deciding which world or realm is going to be consumed by Hell next. But if they oversaw worlds controlled by the Khan Maker, could they have any leverage in the Khan Maker's decisions? Well, 2 of these statues have weapons or artifacts we don't know of, but one of them has the demonic crucible. This weapon could have been feared by the Khan Maker to make sure she never broke the agreement she had with Hell. She even says upon her defeat, "Your transgressions here will jeopardize all of creation." Whoever wields the demonic crucible will certainly have the power to destroy anything. I also want to expand on the theory of that mysterious voice. I did mention before it could have been VEGA the Father or even the Dark Lord. But another idea is that it could have been the collective mind of all the Khan Makers from the past. The way it screamed in the end might have just been their disappointment in realizing the Khan Maker lineage is done. It does make sense, but until we get clear information, the mysterious voice could be anyone's guess. The amount of story they put into Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal is amazing. I like how they were able to insert different species, alternate timelines, and how the original games are connected. In this era of gaming, a robust story can also enhance the gaming experience. It gives you that sense of connecting with certain characters and wanting to know what happens next. Despite the original Doom game having a really big plot, which was taken from the Doom Bible, most of those story elements were scrapped and replaced with just an ending text. As I look at Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I can say I enjoyed those games a little bit more because of that awesome story they created. The whole thing about URDAK being created by some logical alien entity called the Father, the Khan Maker forming a deal with Hell, then throw in the demonic crucible, Samuel Hayden who does acts of good and evil, then combine that with a deep story of the Sentinel people. The whole package as a story is what I find really intriguing. I love history, documentaries of the past, forgotten civilizations and cultures that were kept in secret, so the story of Doom Eternal is exactly what I like about the campaign. So that covers some topics in Doom Eternal. I'd like to know what you think about the statues. Do you think those figures were part of the Maykr race, or do they appear to be something else? Tell me what you think in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like on it. If you want to see more content like this, then subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching my videos and supporting my channel. My name is Carlos or Acid Glow, and I'll see you in the next video.